Good morning, traders. We have a good bit of volume. Actually got a big list to go through here of stocks to have volume in pre-market. And that scan was just in the NASDAQ, so what the hell did I just do? Get out of here. There we go. So let's check the NYSE. See if we got the same amount of vol. Well, we got a couple. So those in there. All right. So let's start going through these. NVIS was the runner. Yes, was a runner yesterday. Looks like it may continue running. It's on this nice trend line. Just bounced off of it, so we'll keep that on watch. CTRM. I don't like that. GE. Don't care about GE. ZOM. It's a very high float. NAKD same. High flow. OCGN. Well, they're doing a common stock offering, so can take them off. NSPR, not seeing any news on. But not, geez, what a gap up. Yeah, this was 40 cents, and now it's up to, Jesus. Massive run on this in pre-market. I mean, this was 45 cents yesterday, and now it's at 5.89. So that is a pretty big run. I'll have to keep it on watch, but that's so high up, and you may have to wait for a pullback on that. Sundial, I don't like what Sundial looks like. ALDX. Top line results in phase 3. They achieved endpoint, and so this is very good PR. Very good PR on this. We'll keep that on the watch list. That looks like garbage. There's no PR there. Looks like garbage as well. TGLT looks like garbage as well. And that's huge float, so nothing there. AMC, let's see here. AMC looks like it's on a trend line. Yeah, AMC's on a trend line, so we'll keep it on watch. This one's on a pretty big, this is on a nice trend line as well. Could be a possible trend line play. Let's see here. Let's take that off. Yeah, get that out of here. Got possibly a trend line forming on this, but I don't know. Common offering. Billion in float, billion in float. RVPH was a good runner yesterday, but good morning, DB. RVPH not doing anything today. NALV not doing anything. And my swing just came out with some good PR. They just appointed finance industry leader Chuck Hastings to board of director. I don't know. It sounds like it's really good PR. I don't know who Chuck Hastings is, but we'll see if this gets going today. It's been on a nice run since I swung it, so maybe that PR will push it even more. Maybe it'll push it over at $2. We'll see. Can we take these lines out? I think some point the other day I'm going to sell it. You can't hear anything? Can you guys hear me? Let me check, make sure. Let me know. Hearing something about... But I'm not selling anything. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got what you're saying. Yeah, I was talking about selling this swing trade. Yeah, good morning to you, Chris. So, where's the one with the good positive top line results? Here it is. ALDX. This is probably going to be my #1 watch. Yeah, it's Dan's issue. Okay. Daniel B has a lot of issues, so it's not surprising. So yeah, this is gonna be my #1 watch. It's not doing a whole lot of stuff right at the moment. It's got some resistance at 15. Pre-market highs at 15. Well, actually, pre-market highs at 1540, but that'll be a little resistance. But basically, through this 14 set, actually, let's see, these candles all close below 475. So there's actually a lot of resistance ahead of this 1475, 15, and then 1540. Once it breaks over that, though, let's see, the high year's at 1466, so that is as well. So yeah, we got a lot of resistance ahead on this. But in positive phase 3, we could see this break out. Yeah, I've got MVIS on the watch list. It's still on a nice trend line. Bounced down off this trend line just now. So as long as it's on this trend line, you can definitely play it off of that trend line. We'll see what it does at market open, but it's definitely got some attention. Good morning, Crow's Nest. So in the meantime, it is in this downtrend. It needs to break, but still could get that bounce off of there. And NSPR is interesting, but this is a massive run in pre-market. I mean, this thing is up 100% or more, probably more. Yeah, it's got to be more than 100%. It's got to be like 1,000% or something. I don't know, but this son of a bitch is up a lot. That's all I know. So we got to keep an eye on it. Extremely low float, but I would expect a bit of a dump at market open, because where this is going to open up at is going to be above the whole entire chart that it's at now. Like 550's at the top of the chart. It's at 6, so it's going to open up like way up here. Let's look at the max chart on this thing. Oh yeah, they've had too many reverse stock splits and stock splits. It looks too crazy. At this time, I mean, you're right. Like, I don't look at any stocks at like any time before 8. I'm looking at these trends 30 minutes before market opens, just to kind of get an idea of what's moving in pre-market, to see maybe what the trend will be moving over. But let's see. You are right. It can change as soon as market opens. Things can change so quick. But that positive phase 3, that's pretty good PR. So that one I definitely got to keep on watch. SPY going sideways. Looks like we got a Fed meeting. Or some type of meeting. Let's see. Gold was up a little bit. Silver's up a little bit. I like that. Oil's down. I'm not surprised there, but I think oil will go back up soon. Okay, we'll see what happens. I'm kind of thinking the way this looks kind of dojied out here, that we may have a pullback at the beginning of the market, or at the beginning of the market open. If we have a pullback, then all these other stocks that's been running could pull back as well. But this is a decent U shape on both of them. QQQ looks a little bit better. The SPY looks a little sketchy. VXX not doing much. No, I didn't see the SPY dump around 330. Oh, nice. That's an ugly drop in 5 minutes for the SPY. Let's see, 418 down to a little under 417. It's a pretty sharp movement. But I'm bearish. I'm bearish on the overall market. I don't know how much longer this can continue. Like I've been saying for the last couple of months, every time I look at this on the max chart, and you just have this straight up trend line. Let me go actually to a bigger chart. Like this right here. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this is a straight up move from COVID. And it's way off the trend line. It's way off these other indicators. And SPY's even off of the 9-day a little bit. That makes sense. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, I've been bearish on the market for a while. I would not be surprised one bit if if hedge funds or whatever are slowly dumping, because they can't get out all at once. But this right here, this type of, to move the SPY like this, that big of a candle, somebody, a major player had to sell some stuff. A major player pulled some money out of the stock market right there. That's the only way to explain that drop. But it did hold that 417 support. But yeah, that, if we start seeing more of this happening at random times, then I would start buckling up. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I've been bearish on the overall market for since, well, actually I say 2 months, but I've actually been bearish since like December, November, something like that. And the market keeps, like, every time I think it's gonna drop, like right here, I thought maybe here, I thought there's a really good chance because of this big fat curl over, and it didn't drop that hard. It just dropped down to that 150. But like right through here, I was expecting it to come, and then it didn't. And then we got this big straight up move again. So I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I just know everything seems bearish. Eventually, CCIV is bouncing off of that trend line for now. We'll see how many of these trend lines hold up in that market open. Yeah, well, that's the thing about the S&P 500. They're weighted mainly by the big guys, Google, Facebook, Amazon. So somebody was selling out of those major stocks is what caused this. The SPY is heavily weighted. Yeah, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google. I think Microsoft is in the weight a good bit. Yeah, those top boys. A little bit of a mixed market today, but those top boys are the ones that pretty much are pushing the S&P 500 up. But the thing is, too, the Feds have been pumping money into the market since COVID happened, since the lockdowns happened. So as long as they're pumping money into the market may hold up. But the moment they start tapering, that's when I think the market crash will come. And if you don't know what tapering means, by the Federal Reserve, it just means they start slowing down, they start putting less money into things, basically. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a hedge was pulling the strings there, but if you look, there's because I've been following crypto so close, I did a short video on the other channel about the chart analysis of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ether, and I think they're going bullish. Interestingly enough, that there was that sell-off at 3:30 yesterday. Let's see if there was any. Big buying on Bitcoin. Alright, I hate these charts. I hate the crypto charts for this. So I'm going to go over to Trading View. Trading View has good crypto charts. See, that's not that one. See, that's a day chart. So let's look at this on the 5-minute from yesterday around 3. Look at that. Look at that timing when the SPY dropped. Look at this big rip on Bitcoin. Very interesting timing. Big drop on the SPY at 3:30, and then at 4:30, big buying came in on Bitcoin. Coincidence? Maybe. But very interesting. The timing of that is very sneaky. Now, I don't know if I'm right or not, but I called the whole GameStop thing and said, ignore GameStop and go get in cryptos. And if anybody listened to that video, they would be up right now very, very nicely. I know I'm sitting good. So, I don't know. That could be a coincidence, but I've been noticing little sketchy things with the stock market where money seems to be leaving the stock market and moving into cryptos more and more. But that timing was very, very interesting. But the media, see the way I usually look at it is I think the opposite of whatever the media is saying. So like the last week, cryptos have been down, but the media has been like, oh, cryptos are crashing, Bitcoin's going to go back down to this, and blah, 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 blah. Bunch of sad woes. Well, I did that chart analysis, and I was like, the cryptos are not down at all. They're bullish. They're all bullish. They're not even close to their trend lines, especially Ethereum. Ethereum's about to break out. Actually, Ethereum might have broke out. Let me pull that chart back up. Bitcoin chart, and let's look at Ethereum real quick. Oh, we got the euro. I don't want the euro. Oh yeah, let me see. Let me go back to the day chart. Bam. Yeah, so actually, the triangle I was referring to, and this is not the chart I did the... Let's see, which one is it? Which chart? Which chart? Bitstamp? No. Kraken, there we go. Yeah, so actually it did break up out of this triangle. It's breaking out today, or at least testing the top of this triangle. It's a little early. I could see this hitting this 2650 area and then coming back down a little bit and then ripping. Maybe towards the end of the week. But it looks like Ethereum's about to make another big move up. Let's see something too. Let's check the 5-minute at that same time as 3:30 as yesterday. Alright, look at there. Look at there. 3:30 was the sell-off on the SPY, and then right afterwards, same thing, big move on Ether up. Very interesting. Very interesting timing. Alright. Yeah. Well, they all were down. Coinbase Coinbase got too high in that before in the pre-IPO. The damn insiders pushed it up so high that when it came out, like if it had came out at 250, damn that sold off right there. If Coinbase would have came out at 250 like it was supposed to, I think it could have made a decent run up or maybe went sideways, but it came out it came out at almost $400. It was way too high. Did get bought up off a low of 282, but yeah, if you got into some of the cryptos in that dip here lately, then that's not too bad. Yeah, I'm curious to see what this market is going to do opening up. May have to keep crypto plays on watch. And that's why I'm expecting APLD to run again, is because the cryptos are up and they've got this little PR. So I kind of expect that to break over 2 today. But I would say the big crypto boys, Riot, Mara, yeah, you can see right there. Riot's on an uptrend again. And then I bet Mara looks the same. Yep, Mara looks exactly the same. So both of these could be possible plays today. Mara's actually got some PR. They're participating in a Forbes webinar. You know, that's neat. It's not like anything jaw-dropping for crypto press release, but it's neat. GSAT. What is GSAT? Global Star? What is Global Star? I'm not familiar with this company. Ooh, I do like the chart pattern though. We got a nice uptrend there. And it's above all indicators. I actually like this. Let's see what the float is. Oh, it's got a huge float though. It's got $1 billion in float, but it is moving pretty decently. Got that trend line right there. It's interesting. Just looking at the chart, the daily chart. I like that it's above all indicators. You see it's at $1.60, so the downtrend, yeah, it's already broke the downtrend. See, 150 is, well, it's already over 150. If 150 can hold a support, then it may be a possible play. You got some strong resistance at 175 and then $2. But like I said, this is a very high float, so it's going to take a lot of volume to move it. But it is getting moved. I mean, it went from 92 cents to $1.60 since yesterday. All right. Yeah, it's interesting. Just off the chart analysis, I don't know anything about the company, but it's worth watching. I mean, it may not be like a huge ripper. It may take all day for it to keep climbing that trend line, but it could be a nice, safe, easy play. All right, market's about to open in 3 minutes. I'm gonna go take a little break here before we start off. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so we're opening up here. Let's see, is APLD. APLD's getting a little pop up. VIS. NSPR just hit a new high, just broke pre-market high. See, this is what I was talking about. That is a massive gap up. I mean, that is a huge move in pre-market. How's ALDX doing? I'm going to remove these resistance lines. Wait a minute. Oh, let's see here. So ALDX needs to break that downtrend. No, that's not a stock split on NSPR. There wouldn't be any of this pre-market buying. This was not a stock split. Because it opened up at 92 cents. Unless the reverse split happened. Yeah, okay, so it did do a reverse stock. It did do a reverse stock split, but it looks like it was only at 90 cents. All this buying came in here. Normally, if the split caused it to go up to $6, you wouldn't have any of this pre-market movement. So it had to come out. It had to split and yeah, it reversed stock split yesterday. Yesterday was the 26th, so the split happened. So, see, that doesn't make any sense. So it happened yesterday. They submitted an application to join the NASDAQ as well. Huh. This breaks 1350. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Going 10 shares on ALDX. Testing this downtrend right here. 1350. This is the positive phase 3. Yeah, and it's breaking. Yeah, there it goes. Starting to break over that downtrend. See if it can start holding up at 1350 as support. Little resistance at 1375 we could get held up at. There we go. Let's see, testing that 1375 now. Let's see, let me pop to a 2 minute. Man, at this point we want 1350 to hold. Good morning, One Life. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with NSPR. If it shouldn't, there shouldn't have been any price. It shouldn't have been all that price action and buy-in in pre-market. If the split just made it go straight to $6. So that's the part I'm confused about. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Very nice, breaking through 1375. Very nice. Look at this nice downtrend trend line break on this positive phase 3 results. Big U-shaped breakout as well right here. So far up to 14. See if it can break back over 14. So we got a minute and a half on this 5-minute candle to close. I'd like to see this candle get over 14 before it closes. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but we still have plenty of time. We got a minute and a half. If it can start pushing back up towards that 14 area again. Still kind of getting held up in that 1375. My swing's not doing good today. It actually has dropped. A little pullback there. Got 30 seconds on this candle to close. It at least needs to close over 1350. It's definitely not going to push to 14 in this 30 seconds, but need that 1350 area to hold up. Ooh. What a nasty drop on that all of a sudden. I'm about to have to get out if that keeps dropping. Let's see. SPY selling off. That's what it is. The SPY's dumping like a... That's what I kind of expected. I should have waited. That's going to mess up. It's going to mess up everything. We're back under this downtrend now. Basically this 5-minute candle's got to break back up over 1350. If it doesn't, then this is a curl down and we're going to see this drop even lower. But that candle did not close over the downtrend. So I said we needed to hold 1350. There's a little fake out there. See, it's trying to test again. Like I said, it's got to get back over 1350. If this candle does not close over 1350, then we got issues. We got 3 minutes for it to do it. Just trying to break back above again, but still too early to tell. Just like on that last candle, this could pull back in the last 30 seconds. See real quick, let's take a look. MVIS cracking the trend line, GSAT cracking the trend line, AMC at the trend line, that's cracking. And SPR looks like it's close to cracking. It's holding up so far. Got some support right across there at that 570 area. A lot of things cracking right at the moment. The Dow Jones is dropping, or is you what are you saying about the Dow Jones? I don't know about the. Let's see. Let's check QQQ. Yeah, QQQ dropping as well. So I'm guessing that's what you're referring to, is that they're dropping. It's definitely going to cause some issues. See, last 10 seconds on this candle. Don't know if it's going to close over 1350 or not. This is going to be real close. So that's going to make it closed right below it. So this could go either way at this point. It's maybe the start of a new trend line, because there's that doji right there. But we actually have a little triangle right here at this 1350 area. So we're consolidating. It looks like we're getting some selling out of here. If we can get all this selling out and get back above 1350, I think we'll be good to go. But it depends on how much more with the SPY drops. That was quite a drop right there at the beginning of the market open. And it looks like it may drop again. It's getting really close to possibly having another drop. There we go. Starting to get a nice pop up out of the triangle a little bit here. Looks like we're going to try to test 14 again. Possibly. So, looks like we may get the $14 test. Really trying. Still getting hold up at $13.75 at the moment. But yeah, you can see nice breakup out of that triangle on the 5-minute. Breaking above a bunch of this resistance. We really want 13.75 to start holding as support if we're going to break this 14 area. And it did try to hold up there. Now we're about to test. Oh, we're breaking. Ooh, real close to breaking through that $14 area. See, there's a little bit of selling in that 14-15 area as well. But it does look like we're going to try to break 14 here. Let's see, this 5-minute candle is fixing to close. If it can break 14 at the close of this candle, and don't look like it's going to, but that's alright. That's still good, strong close on that candle. Let's see, looks like we're about to test 14 again. Buyers are really trying to push it. Let's see here. Damn, as soon as we hit 14, it gets knocked back. We needed to sit there on 14. Now we're pulling back. So we got rejected at 14. So we may have to consolidate a little bit more. NSPR getting a pop up to 7. So that little low float guy there getting a nice move. What's up, Dom? Good morning, buddy. Been a long time. You've been a busy guy. How's it been? There you go. Nice job. So right now that 1375 support is trying to hold. Get 2 minutes on this candle for it to hold, if it can hold there. Nice, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're doing well. We got a minute on this candle to close. It's trying to hold up 1375. If it does not hold up 1375 on this candle, then we will probably have a pullback. Now it is starting to get a little frisky here in this last minute of this candle. Starting to push back towards 14. We may be about to see a breakout here. We may be getting a little frisky. I can feel a little breeze running across my nips. I can feel the frisk coming. Oh, we're gonna get frisky here. We're gonna get frisky. Let's see if it breaks over 14 right here. Getting real close. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Boom. Getting frisky. Breaking through 14. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Told you guys, I felt the wind on my nips. When I feel that wind on my nips, I know it's frisky time. Very nice play so far. You said 1458. You may be correct. One life is very possible. The high of the year is at 1462, so that's kind of at 1450, 1462 is kind of where I'm looking as a price target. And it's also right here across those candles in pre-market that got held up. But let's see here. We're just now getting over 14 and getting frisky. Let's see what happens. Nice, Orlando. There you go, man. See? That's what I'm talking about. Make your own decisions. 13-15, you got a better entry than I did. You are killing it right now. Good job, sir. Good job. You got a better entry than me. See, guys, that's what I tell you guys all the time. I'm not that smart. If I can do this stuff, then you guys can do this stuff. No problem. You just got to learn. See, we want it to hold above 14. As tough as resistance as 14 was, we want that to be new support. We got 2.5 minutes just about on this candle to close above 14, so plenty of time for it to still turn around. You think it's going to 30? That's, I mean, you know, it's got very good PR. I mean, phase 3, positive phase 3 primary endpoints met means that it's pretty much going to go to the FDA next, and more than likely it'll get FDA approval. So that type of good PR, it is possible. I mean, I don't think it'll go to 30 today, but who knows? In 5 years, okay. I was gonna say that seemed like a little bit of a stretch. And they're having a little bit of a sell-off there. A little bit of profit taking after that nice little pop. So we got a minute and a half. We just don't want too much profit taken. Good buying volume on this so far, though. Look down at the buying volume bars. Okay, so there is a lot of buying coming in at 14. I'm going to pull this up and make sure 14 is going to hold up. We do not want to crack 14 here. This candle's about to close in 30 seconds. It needs to stay above 14. Very sketchy. This candle's fixing to close. Very bad close on that candle. See if it comes back up right now or not. And I may get ready to lock out here if this trend line starts cracking. That was an ugly candle. Got close to 1450 and then got pushed back the rest of the way. This is getting very close to dumping here. A lot of profit taken after that run to 1450. I'm not gonna just hold. Now, it did break out of a triangle on the daily. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, Orlando, but it's a big old triangle on the daily. Nice break up out of with that positive phase 3. So actually, with that big daily break out of the triangle, I'm actually not too concerned about this looking at that. Nice job, Orlando, taking some profit there. Let's see, I don't think any candle is closed over 14 yet. No, we haven't had a candle closed over 14, so we really need this candle to close over 14 to keep this upward momentum of this trend line. And it does look like it's going to get back above 14. It's trying to here. In the weekly, a Dolly Parton cassette. Hey man, a Dolly Parton cassette tape may be worth some money. Dolly Parton's got a lot of fans. They might pay for original Dolly Parton cassette tape. Dolly Parton's a legend. She changed the whole area of where I'm from. Put in Dollywood and all of that, made it a big tourist area. You don't hate on Dolly. Talk crazy about Dolly in Tennessee, they gonna get you. Dolly is the queen of Tennessee. If Tennessee could choose not to have a president and just have Dolly Parton as queen, I'm sure they would. Too rich for your blood, JVA. As I'm saying, it might be. Dolly Parton cassette tape may be worth quite a bit. Cassette tapes, man, those are hard to find nowadays. This shows you how fast technology is advancing. Like, I think there was still cassette tapes when I was a kid. I had in my first car when I was 16. I had one of the CD players with the cord attached to a cassette tape, and it was like a Walkman CD player. It wasn't a part of the car, but you took the cord attached to a cassette tape and put the cassette tape in the cassette hole. I don't know what else to call it. But then you could play your CD player through your car speakers. We're getting very close to cracking here. I'm going to quit reminiscing about the old days and pay attention. Let's see. It's struggling to get back over 14, which is a concern. It needs to get back over 14 really soon. VWAP is holding that support. So the VWAP is right there, and then we've got the uptrend as well. Right there, it's trying to hold that uptrend and the VWAP, I reckon. Damn, son, Bone Thugs and Harmony cassette tape. Woo! Talking about bringing some memories back. Ain't nothing wrong with a little Bone Thugs and Harmony. They wrap circles around these mumble rappers nowadays. Of course, me growing up in the South, I mean, Bone Thugs was a little big down there, but I'm more grew up on Master P, UGK. UGK was my favorite, Pimp C and Bum B. Did break back over 14, yeah. Looking pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, pocket full of stones. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. There's some other songs too I could name, but I don't know if I want to name those on YouTube. But there was something. Old Bun Biff and Pimp Sith, they had something in the back of their ride. There was something in the back of their ride that was a white, yellow, or pink substance. Yeah, UGK. Love some UGK. R.I.P. Pimp C. He's been dead for a long time, but he went out like I think that he went out the way I think he wanted to go out. And that's like a Wall Street stock market trader. If anybody knows the story of how Pimp C went out, it's very similar to how Jordan Belfort almost went out before he got arrested. So we're looking good here, climbing right up this trend line. I think we may get this 1450 break here soon if we just keep climbing up to it like this. Everybody who's not big fans of hip hop probably have no idea what we've been talking about the last couple of minutes. I mean, you got to know about UGK, you got to be an old head, and you got to usually be from the South. Even hardcore northern hip hop fans a lot of times don't know too much about UGK. But anyway, enough of the reminiscing of the back in the day, the good old days. Testing this 1425 area here. I need to get up and test that 1450. This is pretty much what we're waiting on. This is getting held up at 1425 a little bit. Not a ton of selling there, but just okay, now some selling came in there. You drive past Elvis's house every day? How's Memphis lately? If you drive past Elvis's house, you're in Memphis. I haven't been to Memphis in probably 10, 11 years. I went there one time. hung out on Bill Street. Oh, we're starting to crack this trend line. I may have to hop out here. Whoa, big crack off of this trend line. Yikes. We were looking good, and then all of a sudden, just a dumpski. I'm about to have to hop out if this keeps dropping right here. Trying to give it a second to come back up. Let's see, we got 2 minutes on this candle to close. I'm going to try not to react until this 5-minute candle's about to close or closes, but that was a really ugly drop right there. See, did the SPY have a drop? Not really. But the SPY does look like garbage. SPY is, this is the SPY. Yeah, this is the SPY. Okay, good. See, NSPR still testing that $7 area. Not doing a whole lot. Not a lot of volume on it, really. Just trying to come back up in this last 45 seconds here, but I'm real skeptical right now because shorters are going to smell blood in the water. I don't know though, why would they short this? It's not even that high up. 1350. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You never know with shorters, but I feel like it would be crazy to try to short a stock with positive phase 3. Look on this. Let me look on this in a higher time frame. There's the 15. Okay, so actually on the 15, we can see here we are in a big triangle. And I bet we can see it on the 32. Yep. So the bottom is down there at 1280 and the top is right around 1450 at the moment. Trying to hold up this 1350 area as support. Yeah, if it can hold 1350 here, it's still fine. May just take a little longer to break out here. but it very easily could come back down to this bottom again. GSAT trying to come back up and get above the trend line. AMC is actually holding up the trend line, so possible trend line play there. Skills also is holding up the trend line so far, testing but holding up. CCIV looks like garbage. See, NTW 5-year multi-million-dollar contract. So NTWK, keep an eye on RDAs. No PR. NSPR still climbing. It's a 730 there. Yeah, but the 1 minute curl over really doesn't matter because on the big picture, it does look like it's doing a 1 minute curl over, but it hasn't quite made that yet. If it breaks above 1360, then it won't quite be a curl over, but it does look like it on the 1 minute as a possibility. But looking at a higher time frame, it being in this big wedge on this higher time frame, more than likely it's probably not going to drop back down unless a bunch of selling comes in. But if it starts holding back above 1350, that curl over won't really mean much. I don't know. It's a little concerning. Now it's even more concerning. So you might be right, Orlando. That 1 minute curl over might lead this to drop down to the 1280 area. Say Bitcoin's up to 54,000. ALDX is a death horse. You think so, Daniel B? I think you're judging it too quickly. Because the only resistance it has besides 14 is at 1450, and if it breaks 1450, it could easily get up to 1540 at pre-market high. And if it breaks that pre-market high, it could keep running. I wouldn't count this out quite yet. Especially now it's starting to come back up towards 14. Had a nasty little sell-off, little rejection there. But if it comes back up to 14, then we've got a lot of selling out of here. But we're just consolidating right now. That's all we're doing. We're just consolidating, kind of going sideways. We are building some higher lows. Got a low there. New low there at 1304. So as long as support keeps building higher and higher, we'll move higher and higher. May have to sell my swing today. My swing is a little in the red. Not much volume on it at all today. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at this on the daily, like I said, this big triangle on the daily with this good PR, I mean, and it's broken above this triangle. It's got a lot of it's got a lot of potential. I mean, this may be a couple day runner. Because it is very bullish. That's what I'm saying. One life, like the daily chart is so damn good on it. And there's not a lot of resistance ahead either. That's the thing. Like if it gets over that 1450 area, really if it breaks, it makes a new high a year. If it breaks over that 1462, I think we could see big buying volume come into this. Yeah, but you don't need a position to technically analyze it. Getting very close to pushing back to 14 here. It's got a little bit of selling at 1385. I think when we get through 1385, we'll see it push back to 14. Yeah, there it goes. Already starting to do it. There's a lot of selling at 1390 still. We just gotta wait it out at the moment, see what it's gonna do. Let's look at the overall market real quick. Woo! Overall market starting to turn red. Or already turned red. Yeah, the SPY is getting very close to dropping again, testing this 416 support. Looks like it may have another big drop off here very soon. But we're taking out a lot. We just took out a lot of sellers in that 1385 to 1390 range. Still quite a bit sitting at that 1390, but a lot of them just got taken out. We got 45 seconds on this candle to close. Let's see if it can close over 1390. I think if we get a close over 1390 here, we'll see this pop back over 14. We may even get the breakout on the next candle. It's consolidating. I mean, there's a lot of selling, but I mean, this consolidation is not a bad thing. As long as the consolidation is moving in an upward direction, which it is at the moment. We did just doji there. There we go. Now let's see. We're going to test this trend line here. See if we start to get this breakout. Yeah, we're going to get it. Here we go. Oh, ooh, a lot of sellers. Maybe not. We need a big buying volume push. Take out all these sellers here at the downtrend. You are crazy out of your mind. If you think positive phase 3 trials is bad news, you need to go sit in a corner and bang your head against the wall, Daniel B. You are out of your mind. They're one step away from having a drug FDA approved and put on the market. There's nothing bad about that. They met the primary endpoints. For as much as you claim you're as smart as you are and act like you are smarter than everybody else, sometimes you say some stuff that raises my eyebrow. Like what overhyped is there? The stock is not even ran that much. Yeah, but either way, shit news, bad news, I don't think your definition of shit is different than mine, so you know what you said. And it's crazy talk. Just crazy talk. I'm not going to get into it with you today, though, Daniel B. Positive energy. We need positive energy in the universe, because things are crazy in the universe. We are getting held at this downtrend so far, but we're looking pretty strong. So 1462 is high of the year, so if it can push up to there. Thank you, Elvis. Appreciate you smashing the like button. We're getting held up still at this downtrend. So we got about a minute and a half on this 5-minute candle. I'd like to see it close over this downtrend. The Elvis puns never get old. One life. Keep those coming. Here we go. Let's see. Break over 1450. May be coming here. We may be coming up on a new high here. The last minute of this candle, it's looking pretty decent. There's a bunch of sellers sitting at 1440. Good buying volume coming in so far on this candle. 3 million in buying volume. Well, not necessarily 3 million in buying volume, but it's the 3 million volume candle with more buying than selling. Very nice. Very nice hound dog reference. It's been a musical stream. We've been talking about Elvis, Dolly Parton, old hip hop. What's next? We're going to talk about some heavy metal, some Korn. Well, I was going to say Metallica, but nowadays heavy metal is a little bit different. There's one heavy metal band, super metal, that I can't even say their name on the stream. And we haven't quite broke out yet. We're still in the triangle. We got to break over that 1450 area. That's the problem area. That's what's holding us down. Right around that high of the year at 1462. What's the technical analysis for Fortuna or Fortuna? I'm not even sure how to say it. I doubt it's Fortuna. The Fortuna silver mines. It's Fortunas that own the silver mine. Exactly what One Life just said. We don't have confirmation yet of a breakout. Like, it's close. It looks like it wants it, but it's still a little too early to tell. Because that 1450 area is acting really tough. I think it's a cup on the 15 minute. Maybe not even a cup. Maybe a big U shape. I mean, it's more of a cup U shape, whatever, same thing. But either way, whether you look at it as a cup, you look at it as a triangle, the big area, the main area of resistance is right here at 1450 to at 1440 to 1460. That 20-cent area is the big deal area, no matter how you look at this. Look at it however you want. You can make up a pattern if you want. But at this point, the price action is telling us that we need to break over this area very, very soon if we're going to have the breakout. Giant U-shape on the 3-year. Yeah. Yeah, that 14, yeah, as you can see right there, that's... I don't know. This is actually more of a cup and handle, because here's your cup and then this would be the handle. So you kind of have a cup and handle more or less on the 3-year. I don't know. Doesn't really matter what pattern you want to look at it, where you want to look at it at. The bottom line is right now 1450 is the area. Daniel B just wants this stock to fail. Which is pretty crazy because the stock literally meets all my criteria and is very close to breaking out. Ooh, we got close there. We got real close. That was a little taste test at 1450. Yeah. Still getting held up at 1440, but we did get a little taste. Got a little, just a little drop. We're in the desert right now. We're searching for a way out. 1450 is the way out of the desert. And we just got a little drop, a little taste of rainwater. Little side of green instead of sand. I'm still praying for me. I appreciate the prayers. Yeah, little pullback here off of that rejection. I'm gonna go back to a 5-minute. 15 minutes fine, but I just like the 5 minutes a little quicker. Because I only have 10 shares and I'm looking for a bigger break. I'm looking for to try to break that 1460 area. If I had 1,000 shares, yeah, I would have already locked this in. But I've only got 10 shares. I'm trying to let it run a little bit. And like I said on the daily, I really like the way it looks on the daily. Let's see, what's the SPY looking like? Ooh, yeah, SPY getting very close to dropping off. QQQ as well. We're getting very close to a serious sell-off. So we're having another little pullback. As long as this can hold up like 1375, we don't really want to back down to 1350, but as long as it's going to hold up 1375. But no, I mean, if you have any amount of shares at all and this ran $1, like if you got 50 shares and it ran a whole dollar, you know, you definitely want to lock that out at 14.50 or lock out some of it. But because it's only 10 shares, it's like if I lock out half at 14.50, then you know, I'm only locking out a couple of dollars of actual profit. I never said I was swinging this. Not once have I said I was swinging this or I was thinking about it. I just said I liked the daily and that it could be a possible couple day runner. Sell the whole position and look smart. It's not about me, guys. The stream is not about me. The stream is for you guys. You guys to be a community and to learn. I appreciate your concerns with my trading. I have my own concerns about my trading as well. I'm very aware of the issues. I'll address them all. I will address them as I can. But this is about you guys. Like I like seeing Orlando got in this play before me and has made a nice profit off of it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. I want to see you guys making money. Don't worry about my pockets. Worry about your own pockets. My pockets have no effect on you whatsoever, on any of you. Like my pockets are not going to affect your pockets. So whether I'm in the green or red every day or whatever doesn't matter. It doesn't affect you any whatsoever. You can learn from those mistakes. You can learn from the successes, all of that. But your main concern, your only concern, should be your own pockets. Because if you are not concerned with your own pockets, then somebody else will be concerned for you. And usually you're not going to like who's going to be concerned for your pockets. What do you mean I say one thing and do another? Sometimes I do that. I say that all the time. I say I admit that I do dumb stuff all the time. So if I say something and then I don't do what I say I was gonna do, then that's a dumb mistake and that's a perfect opportunity for you guys to learn from it and it not cost you any money. It's only costing me money. So you get to learn from my dumbness for free. And I really don't give a shit about street credibility. Like I said, I'm just a guy who likes to trade stocks and cryptos. I don't care about credibility. Like, I just enjoy doing this. I've never said I was a guru or a master or that I had any credibility or anything. I am just a guy who likes to trade stocks and likes to trade cryptos. That's all I am. You know, this is a community. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep building. But I'm just a guy. No, that actually this time wasn't Daniel B that got me going. It was One Life. One Life is the one who's jumping on me, but One Life's making valid points. I mean, One Life's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. It would help the channel, of course, if I was showing more profitability on the day trading and stuff. But like I said, I don't really care about the credibility. I'm not trying to be Jim Cramer. I don't really care about getting on MSNBC to tell people what I think about stocks. Like, that's not my goal by doing any of this. My goal is to build a community. And we're doing that. We're building a community, so I'm happy. You would enjoy FSM. What happened with FSM? Yeah, I missed that comment. I'm not sure what you were talking about FSM. You would enjoy the channel more if I was more profitable? I'm looking back. I'm not seeing that FSM comment, so if you can just ask it again, I would. Oh, technical analysis on FSM? Okay. Here, I'll put on the watch list. Is this for a swing long term? What are we looking at on it? It's awfully ugly. Oh, this is the silver mine. Oh yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. Fortuna. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna move the support line. We're getting a little bit more of a. Okay, I'll just keep an eye out at the corner of my eye. Well, let's see. Hold on. We may be getting close to a breakout here. We got this little curl up to this 1450 area, so it's not for a day trade, right? Like, you're not looking for the analysis on Fortuna silver mines for a day trade. So like I've said before, I don't know a lot about options. So basically you're going to have to put it in dumb terms for me. The call that you're expecting Fortuna to go up in price on your call, because the put is the opposite, right? The put is you're expecting it to drop in price. I'm already happy, Daniel B. I've been happy. Like I said, I'm happy when you guys make money. I was happy to hear that Orlando beat me to this stock. Like, that is awesome. That makes my whole day to hear Orlando, a 17-year-old who's been in the live stream for a few months now, beat me into a stock and made a nice killing on it. Like, that is awesome. That makes me happy. 'Cause I like to hear you guys are doing good. 'Cause I'm fine. losing $30 or whatever on these streams sometimes is not gonna make or break my life, I promise. Very nice, breaking over. Let's see if we get this new high. We got really close. We went to 1461. And then in a second I'll do the Fortuna. Ooh, we got rejected though. Big rejected there. I took my big rejection there at that 1460. I took my eye off of it for just a second. That's a little concerning. That is a little concerning. It didn't break there. Like it stopped dead at 1 cent away from that high of year. That makes me think there's something bigger holding this down. Like maybe insiders on this stock or some hedge fund has a bunch of this. Maybe they're trying to unload. But that's very sketchy. That did not push for a new high. It stopped right 1 cent before. That's a little too accurate. There's nothing. I don't know why you think I sound nervous or why you're. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, but the limit sell order definitely could have been sitting there, but would have had to been a whole lot to stop this, because this had good momentum coming into that. I mean, this is a nice curl up, good momentum up into that 1450, and then it just got rejected right below. I am going to do that. I am going to make more videos about credit and the stuff I know about real estate. Somebody was asking me, actually, let me go ahead and write that down. Cause I almost forgot that. I've got another sponsored video that I'm working on, and then I've got my silver collection video that it's in the editing process. I'm still trying to get it ready. Video. I'll do a video on my real estate process for looking for a property. Because I'm still on the hunt, guys. The house that I put an offer in on Monday or yesterday, yeah, we put an offer in. Well, actually put the offer in Friday, but the people were out of town until yesterday, so we had to resubmit the offer. And somebody beat us out again. We had a really good shot at getting this one, and somebody beat us out. So I'm back on the hunt again. I'm going at 2 o'clock today to look at 2 more houses. It's really, really insane market right now. I can't. Ugh. And I'm thinking about on the new, yeah, dude. I know. That's why I don't even want to talk about it. That's how irritated I am about that. It's not even an irritation. It's just like, damn, man, we've been looking for 6 months and putting in offers, actively putting in offers, and we can't get anything. Yeah, Orlando. For the time being, I do. Um, I'm working out a deal on this property because I'm partnered with somebody on this property, and I'm actually going to get out of this property and get it off of my credit because they want to keep the property for themselves for long term. So we've worked out a deal. So this property I am getting out of. I'm not really. I haven't took any losses on it. I'm not getting as big as a return as I wanted out of it, but I got a little return, and it's in my best interest to get out of this property at the moment. I mean, I don't need to get out of this property at the moment, but for the future, for what I'm planning, I need to get it off my credit for now until we get this new property. Listen, my personal financial situation is wild. Like if you was to look at everything, you'd be like, wow, this guy's he's like a crazy ninja of finances. But me trying to explain all of it would take me forever. So I'm not going to get into all that today, but maybe another day. So, Daniel, why don't I put some type of hold before you go? You can, kind of, but you can't really stop other people from bidding on it. Like, you can put in an offer to try to lock it up, and if the seller wants to lock up in negotiations, then you can lock it up. But until they step into negotiations, it's pretty much wide open. Until they accept an offer, anybody else can still bid on the property. So, and that's what we keep running into. I really thought we had a good shot on this other one. I did lowball. I probably should have went a little higher, and I'm pretty sure that's why we didn't get it, is because I went a little too low. But there, from what my agent said, there wasn't anybody else offering on the property, so I went low. And then it turns out there was one other offer that came in late that was just better than ours, just by a little bit. No, I am not filthy rich. I am not. I got a ways to get to where I want to be. I'm comfortable, but I'm not where I want to be. Well, see, that's the thing. It's not like these houses pop up in the morning sometimes. Like some houses will pop up in the market in the morning, but like you can literally see houses pop up all day long. So like you may see something that pops up at 4:30, and if you don't get to it right then, you're pretty much out of luck. So I mean, a couple things popped up this morning. That's what I'm going to look at. Hopefully they're still available by the time I go look at them. We'll see. But I can't speed. I mean, my agent can only move so fast. They've got to. You have to schedule appointments for house showings and all that. So you just have to move as quick as you possibly can. And still at this is, it's just a crazy market. Deep pocket, short arms. That's funny because I'm pretty short, so I do have pretty short arms. My arms are, well, I'm not really that short. I'm like 5'7", 5'8", 5'8" on my driver's license. You can get an extra inch or two on your driver's license, but my arms are like little troll arms, so it's pretty accurate. Kyria. I'm taking my Leaf out today. My EV car, my little EV, little golf cart. It's a little fast golf cart. Now it looks like we're getting close to this breakout again. I haven't forgot about Fortuna. I'm just trying to see if this is going to have that breakout or not. It's getting very close. But let's take a look at Fortuna real quick before I forget again. So pretty much since it came out in 2012, it's basically went sideways. You got some, oh god, that line was crooked as hell. You got a lot of resistance support in this $7 area. There's resistance back here. There's resistance there. Tried to hold a support but didn't. There's resistance here, but it looks like it may start trying to hold. Yeah, it looks like all the indicators are right there too. So on the daily chart, it is bullish. It just had a pullback down to this trend line. It is a, well, at the moment it's not bullish because it's below all these indicators. Hold on just a second, my dog's going nuts. Alright. So yeah, at the moment it is a little bit bearish because it is below all indicators. It's got some serious resistance at 8. But basically, let's see. They're on track for largest percent decrease in over a year. Let's see, they did a deal, looks like, with Rox Gold. Africa is very good for mining, so Fortuna just bought the Rox Gold company, an acquisition in West Africa. So I wouldn't be too worried about this. I mean, I'm bullish on silver anyway, so if the price of silver goes up, the price of the stock will go up. But that acquisition they just had recently is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With that merger or that acquisition, I think that's pretty good for this company. Let's take a look at the old silver here. See how it's doing while we're waiting on. Ooh. Ooh, let me see. Let me pop back over to AELDX. Okay, we're still on the trend line. We're good there. So silver actually up today, back up to 26.38 on spot price. Very close to breaking out of this big triangle on the daily. It's either going to break out in the next couple of days or it's going to have a pullback and then bounce off that bottom and test again. But yeah, I wouldn't worry about Fortuna. No, 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 I'm not selling a bit of silver today. No. Not selling at $26 spot price. Silver's gonna be at 50 an ounce soon. That's not a high though. How are you looking at that as a high? Silver was just up at $30 like a couple of weeks ago. I wouldn't consider where silver's at as a high. Yeah, like I wouldn't consider that a high at all. That's not even in the. It's like in the middle of this big consolidation triangle, and if you look back, it's not the highs up here are at $30. It's still like silver's got room easily back up to $30, and if silver breaks over $30, it's got all this room up to 50, which is why I say, because of the disconnect between the short futures and the actual physical silver, I think we could easily see 50 at some point. Maybe this year, but selling at 26, hell no. Maybe 30 if it comes back up to 30 and doesn't break, but I expect 30 to break this next time. We're building higher lows here, building up, like I said, this nice wedge pattern, and break over 30 at least. Got room up to 35, but once silver starts running, it's probably not going to slow down very much. Silver is low. That's why I buy silver. This is what I've been saying. I've been saying this for a while now. I've been buying silver for 2 years because nobody was buying it. And then all this other stuff started coming out about it. Oops. And we're starting to see this validity with the physical price being up. But yeah, like this is the silver chart max. Like back here, 1967. Well, you can go back a little further than that, but you can see here, silver's big spike was up there back in the day. That was, let's see, when was that? That was right around when they took the gold standard off of the dollar, and you can see silver had this big massive breakout. See, yeah, it looks like it was right after. And then 2008 housing market crash happened, and then silver went on a nice massive run, and it's been down since. Now, the demand for silver hasn't changed. They still need silver in all of these computer chips and all of this stuff, so I mean, technology has only advanced from 2010 to 2020, so the demand for silver has not went down. So silver is undervalued. It's definitely that's why I'm bullish on it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you'd bought it in 2015 at $10 an ounce or whatever, yeah, it might sell now, but I don't know. I still probably wouldn't. Like I said, it's not that high. 25 an ounce is not a bad price for silver. Well, Peter Schiff is always bullish gold and silver. Peter Schiff has been bullish gold and silver for, I don't know, his entire life. He's a gold and silver bug. That's all he does is trade gold and silver. It's not that silver is expensive one life. It's that the U.S. dollar is not buying as much silver as it used to. And they're printing more money and doing more big stimulus. So, once again, I can go to the US dollar index and show you guys how the US dollar index is downtrending and precious metals are uptrending over the past since 2008 housing market crash. Actually, I can show you all the way back to where they took the US dollar off of the gold standard, how the dollar's been downtrending since then and precious metals have been uptrending. That's because the less purchasing power of your dollar, the more dollars it's going to take to buy commodities. Yeah, I don't know if Peter Schiff is buying Doge or not, but I know he is taking Bitcoin as a payment on his gold and silver site. What do I not? What do I not get? I don't understand. I must have missed something. I don't know what your trolling is about right now. I mean, maybe. I mean, I could be wrong about silver. I could easily be wrong, but all I know is that they need silver and gold for every single piece of computer. Well, not every single piece of a computer, but for every single computer or hardware that has some type of conductivity, they're going to be using silver or gold, and that demand is not going to slow down unless they come out with something with better conductivity, which they've not done yet in thousands of years. So ETH just reached another peak, 2600. So yeah, ETH is breaking out of that triangle today. Yeah, I don't pay attention to Kathy Woods. And now I get what you guys are saying. You're saying I'm buying silver because Peter Schiff is telling me to buy in silver. No. Peter Schiff says to mainly buy gold. I'm buying gold and silver because of why I told you. I already said it. Because the US dollar is going down. It's been downtrending since the dollar came off of the gold and silver standard. Peter Schiff does not correlate silver and gold to Bitcoin or cryptos like I do. He is yet to make that point. He thinks he's like you, Daniel B. He thinks that cryptos are tulips. Instead, if he actually did some research, he would see that you need silver and gold for conductivity to even have cryptos exist. I am one of the actually, I'm the only person I know of out of anybody that I've listened to or anywhere on YouTube that has been saying this, that you have to have gold and silver to have cryptos and that they should be correlated in price. I've not heard anybody else say that. Definitely not Peter Schiff. He never would admit to that. That would break his whole narrative. Absolutely, Elvis. Thank you. So, I mean, if you can go find a clip of somebody else saying what I'm saying specifically and show me that, then sure, I'll say, hey, me and that person's on the same page. But nobody's saying that. Everybody is either crypto or they're precious metals or some type of commodity. There's very few people in between like me who are saying, hey, there's not a don't differentiate the price. Don't look at it as total opposites. Look at them as friends. Uh, nah, I disagree with you, Daniel. Daniel M. Anyway, you're making some good points, but no. The economy's nowhere near in shape to ever support the greenback. We're way too much in debt. They're spending more and more. They're printing more and more. There's nothing. The only thing that gives the U.S. dollar value is the government's word. It's not backed by anything but their word. And the rest of the world does not want our shitty treasuries and bonds anymore. And as soon as they start sending back all our cash, because right now China, Japan, the Asian markets are about to explode and take over the U.S. We are not the dominant force that we used to be. Our economy is garbage. Our economy has been garbage for a very long time. It didn't just start with COVID. Our economy's been garbage since they took the dollar off the gold standard, but it's gotten progressively worse, and they've hit it with all the money printing and all the modern monetary theory that they're doing. That's why we continue to have strong economies. Even during Trump's term with all the tax cuts and all of that, that helped the economy, but they were still pumping money. The feds have not stopped quantitative easing since 2008. So over a decade at least of quantitative easing, the dollar's not strong at all. The dollar is garbage. It is pure trash. Could it possibly rebound a little? Sure, but it's not ever... It can't recover. It's not sustainable, the path that they're on. They'd have to change. They'd have to stop spending. They'd have to cut the government down. Everything that they would have to do, they're not going to do. Like, they will refuse to do it because that's their jobs and their paychecks. So, like, you've got some good points, but I don't see it. This has been brewing for a long time, and there's no saving it now. And especially with the U.S. weakening into China. What's the most sustainable currency to me right now? None of them. All the currencies around the world are fiat. They're all garbage. That's why there's such a big shift into cryptos, because cryptos are backed by the technology, the blockchain technology. But cryptos are not so much valuable as a currency. That is one simple function of cryptos, is the currency part. It's everything back in those cryptos that actually has value. Same thing with gold and silver. They actually have a value that's backing them. The US dollar has no backing besides the government's word, which we can all agree is shit. So no, Okay, so One Life. Nobody wants the dollar. We have to have the dollar to pay taxes because the government tells us to. Nobody wants to pay anything in the US dollar. Nobody with a brain anyway. But we're forced by the government, by the gun of the government, to use the US dollar. That's how we have to pay taxes. Nobody's out here like, hey, give me all this cash. I mean, of course, people will say, they'll say, give me cash. They love the stimulus checks. But most people spent their stimulus checks on flat screen TVs and stuff that's going to drop in value over the next year. Anybody who had half of a brain went and bought gold, silver, anything to get their cash out of cash and into something else. Cash is trash. Only people who don't know about finances want cash. I can get all the cash I want from banks and different things like that. Like they're giving out cash right now. Low interest rates is basically free cash. I don't need my own cash. I can use somebody else's cash. I'll keep my cryptos in gold and silver. So even with gold and silver, no, I'm not going to go down to Starbucks and with a gram of gold and buy a cup of coffee, but I'll keep all my money in gold, silver, and cryptos, and I'll go buy that cup of coffee with somebody else's money, with somebody else's garbage cash. Nobody is selling Bitcoin for an unwanted dollar. People not from the U.S., they don't want the U.S. dollar anymore. One Life. Who though are you talking about in Jamaica and Mexico? Servers and waitresses? People who are not financially literate? Yeah, they want your dollars. Of course they do. This has been the biggest steal of wealth. And this, I'm actually about to start doing a series on the other channel about this called War of Wealth. And I've mentioned this several times. Ever since the dollar was taken off of the gold standard, they have inflated the money supply. If they are inflating the money supply, if you have one candy bar and the government says your candy bar is now worth your candy bar is now 5 candy bars, but those 5 candy bars are still worth the same price as the original candy bar. Well, then you don't have any more value. You just have 5 candy bars, but they're still the same value as the one candy bar. Well, as people are spending all those candy bars or eating those candy bars, the price is going to keep going down because the government's going to keep splitting and saying, oh, now these candy bars are worth more and more. It's kind of a bad example, but anyway, what they've been doing, inflation itself is a tax. We're already taxed on every single thing, and inflation, what? The government is giving out money right now. They are giving it away. If the people who are in charge are giving the money away, then it's not valuable. That right there in itself, I could have went on a whole rant, but just now thinking about it, I don't need to. The government is giving the money away. I'm not taking financial advice from a server who works at a restaurant in Mexico. When the government's giving away, when they're literally throwing away millions, not even millions, trillions. They're throwing trillions away. Not even a little bit. They are throwing trillions away. Because it's garbage. It's that simple. Yeah, you keep saying old news. I'm telling you. I don't know why this is such a hard thing to understand. I know some of you understand what I'm getting at, but the guys who are arguing against me, I'll just show you. I feel like I have to do this every other day, but I'll just show you what I mean. Get out of here. Okay. So, come on. I can find a US dollar index that doesn't have this dollar index chart. So I can only go back to 1980. But as you can see, since the dollars came off the gold standard, it's downtrending. Actually, I may be able to find it. Let's see if I can find it on TradingView. See how's this is getting ready to crack. I may jump out here. See if it holds up. I'm gonna put a stop loss right below that 1395 area. Oh, here we go. SD index. What is it on here? I don't want a Forex pair. I just want the US dollar index. Let me try something else. Let's see. Stupid Yahoo. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to get some ads and stuff. But the US dollar has been downtrending literally since 1980. It's been downtrending for 30-something years. What? And right now... right now, I mean, this is not rocket science. This is very simple to look at and say, oh, yeah. Like, this is, if you still argue after this, then I don't know what to tell you. Whoops, I just closed it. And then I'm gonna call it a day because I gotta get ready to go see these houses. Come on, you piece of crap, get ready. So there you go. U.S. dollar's been downtrending for what, 40 years. 40 years of a downtrending dollar. It's curling over right here. And this is the debt that, I mean, this is insane. Debt per taxpayer is $224,000. These numbers have never been this high before. So this is not old news. We've sustained the past 40 years because of quantitative easing and different things like that, and because we were the dominant power. The U.S. is not the dominant power anymore. China has overtaken us. And we have a weak economy, very bad debt, a currency that is going into the trash can, literally pointing straight down to the ground. And we have an administration that is spending more money like crazy. They're not, look at the interest. They're not even paying the interest right now. You look at the whole debt clock, 3.5 trillion in revenue, and the spending is 6.7 trillion. They're literally spending twice as much as they're making. I don't see it. I don't see any strength in the dollar at all. I'm not going to exchange it for pesos, but like I said, I'll exchange it for cryptos and gold and silver. So I'm going to hold this as long as this trend line holds up. It doesn't look like it's going to hold up for much longer. We'll give the stream here about 10 more minutes. So, damn it. Let's see if we can close that one. I want this US dollar index back up here. Come on. Come on. So if you look, silver is somewhat kind of following the index. Well, not really. I mean, here lately it's kind of, this move here is kind of following, but silver is manipulated by the U.S. short, or by the short futures, so it's hard to compare it. That's why I'm bullish on it, is because it is. But you look at gold, that's gold versus the U.S. dollar. Which one makes more sense to get into? The one that's downtrending for 40 years or the one that's been uptrending for 70 years or 60 years? I'll take this big gain over this US dollar gain any day. I mean, we're looking at chart analysis. Throw everything else you know about everything out the window and just look at the chart analysis. The US dollar is going down, gold is going up over the past 50 years. So which one is the better investment? Clearly not the dollar. And well, I don't even need to show you Bitcoin. You guys know what Bitcoin looks like, so yeah, I'm not having a crypto discussion with you, Daniel B, because you compare it to flowers, so I'm not even wasting the time on that. I'm not being a conspiracy theorist. I'm literally showing you guys the charts, the directions that things are going in. Now, I'm not saying the US dollar is going to crash to zero and we're going to go into extreme poverty. You know, the Federal Reserve can probably save that from happening. But if you held on to your US dollars, let me put it this way and then we're going to call it a day. If you held on to your US dollars from 1980 till now, your US dollars would buy less than it bought in 1980. If you still had your gold from 1980 and you held it till now, your gold would buy you a whole hell of a lot more than it bought in 1980. It's that simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it with all the other economic stuff. Just think of it that simple, like as simple as you possibly can. Nobody wants the US dollar. Everybody wants everything else. The only people who want the US dollar is, like I said, the people who are financially illiterate or don't know economies that well. No, that's not necessarily true, Elvis, because real estate is an asset. So if the price of the dollar goes down, if the value of the dollar goes down, then it's going to cost more dollars to buy a house. The housing market could possibly crash. It's definitely due for another crash because they never fixed the original problem from 2008. But as of right now, assets are only climbing. I mean, hey, if you don't believe me, it's fine. You know, it's my perspective. It's my opinion. You keep all the cash you want. You just keep your cash and you just keep a holding. But I'm not. I'm not keeping that garbage around. Yeah, exactly. A loaf of bread used to be a nickel. Guess what? The process technology has only advanced. The process to make bread has not gotten more expensive. If anything, the process to make bread is cheaper. Bread should be less than a nickel. Like milk is the perfect example. It doesn't take any more effort to milk a cow, to pull an udder and get some milk out of it. From the beginning of time till now, it takes the same effort, the same cost to milk a cow. But yet the price of milk has went up because it's not the price of products that are going up, it's the value of your dollars that is decreasing. Your dollars are buying less and less. So there's no difference in the cost to pull on that udder. The price is not changing because cow udders are getting harder to find. That's like it's because the value of the dollar is decreasing. That's my whole point. Yeah, loaf of bread used to be a nickel. Why is a loaf of bread used to be a nickel and the process should be cheaper now? Like, I don't hate money, but this is where you or guys are getting confused. This is where you're misconstruing. If you consider the U.S. dollar as money, then that's not money. That is a currency. Currency and money are two different things. The most I said this last week, and we'll give stream 5 more minutes here. I said this last week. Your most valuable asset is time. Once time is gone, you cannot get that back. When you get a paycheck, when you get any money for your time, you're trading your time for that value to be able to trade your time for other things. All the dollar does is measure your value of time. That's it. It has no other purpose. It's not money. It's just a piece of paper. It only has value because the government says it has value. It is garbage. It is complete trash. There's nothing, it's not valuable. It has no value. It is a measuring stick for your time. That is all it is. So if it's costing you a whole lot more time to buy one Coke or one thing of milk than it used to, then something's wrong there. That's a problem. If YouTube would pay me in crypto, I would absolutely take it, or gold and silver. I mean, that's what I've been saying. The money, any cash I get goes directly into anything else other than cash. Like, it's a measuring stick. It's not money. That's Daniel B. That's what you don't understand, and that's what One Life apparently doesn't understand. Just because cash spins does not mean that it's money. Cash is garbage. The only time cash is good is in deflation. And we're not going to have deflation. So, I mean, there's no reason for the US dollar to go up. Even if the economy does recover somewhat, it's still a fake recovery, just like in 2008. It's just going to be, the Federal Reserve just keeps putting Band-Aids and makeup on it to try to make it look like a pretty turd. But still, the economy and the whole metrics of the system is a turd.
How am I contradicting myself? Actually, I don't. I guarantee that I don't hold more cash than anything else. I have very little cash. As soon as this, I had cash sitting around for this house, and the moment yesterday that I heard that we were not in the running for it anymore, I put most of my cash back into cryptocurrencies because they were low. Guess what? I'm up now. My cash buys less cryptocurrencies today than it did yesterday. I'm not contradicting myself at all. You like you'll understand. No, how am I broke? And yeah, okay, if you want to say I'm broke, well, good. I don't have to pay the government any money. So if I'm broke with a bunch of gold and cryptos and I'm not paying the government any money, I'm doing better than you are because you're paying half of your fucking paycheck to the government. So you'll understand. You'll understand one day. You guys will get it one day. I know the people who are quiet, they probably get it. They probably understand what I'm saying. You'll get it one day. You'll figure it out. It's a premise that took me a while to figure out myself. So I'm trying to explain it so you guys who are really going against me can understand it, because there's a difference between money and currency. And when you realize that the US dollar is just a vessel for your time. That's all it is. It's just a vessel for your time. Period. It's nothing else. You can't do anything with a dollar. I don't understand crypto. Did you be the guy telling me that blockchain is the guy telling me that blockchain is comparable to flowers from the 1920s or whenever the tulip mania was, is telling me that I don't understand cryptos. All right, guys. Well, it's been a great day. This has been a blast. I hope some of you guys have learned some stuff today. I'm going to keep holding this as long as this trend line holds up. I got my stop loss in there. Wow. Good entertainment today, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the entertainment. Daniel B, you just gave me such a good chuckle. I'm going to be laughing about that one all day. No, the dollar doesn't give you freedom. The dollar actually takes away your freedom. You're not free by paying with the dollar. Because every time you spend a dollar, the government takes a little bit more of your time through taxes and inflation. So you're not free at all by using a dollar. That mindset right there is why you're wrong. You're not free. You got to still pay that government those taxes out of those US dollars on every single thing that you purchase or sell with the US dollar. But anyway, I'm done with all this. Some people will learn the hard way. Some people will learn the easy way. Who knows? But you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We'll be back tomorrow. Until next time.